Yeah, and that's one thing I like about you. I really feel your sensitivity or your real feeling. You really feel this, man. I really feel like you feel this, not just speaking it. And that's why I was wondering. I'm gonna ask you a question. You were raised to be let me take it back. At least an era where guys were tough and rough and tough, like that. But I've seen you be very sensitive.
Yeah.
I've seen you when you saw Farrakhan. Yeah. I mean that was a hell of a breakdown. Well, how emotional showing. I remember when I saw you at a studio when the riots were happening here in Atlanta.
Yes.
And within 45 minutes, you and Tip were talking about Atlanta, and you were getting emotional at that time.
Yeah, I was mad.
And I was like, wow. I was like, this man is very, he let his emotions show. When as a black man, sometimes I'm feeling like we're not allowed to do that. It's a
You're
sign
allowed
of
to
weakness.
do whatever you want to do. You just got to do it now.
Okay, well, you know what I'm saying.
Don't think my partners didn't talk shit to me.
Oh, they did too?
Yeah,
okay,
man,
right,
my partner DJ Swift, Outcast DJ called me today. So what's up, boy? You crying? You finished?
Wow.
So
See, that's what I'm talking about.
You got to. But I'm not. I show emotion.
Right.
And I encourage more black men too, because the only emotion we seem safe to show is anger, and that shouldn't be right. You know what I mean? That don't mean you let. My grandparents raised me, man and woman, and you couldn't cry all day.
Okay.
Get the cry out,
right,
and you still got to do your chores.
Right.
Get the cry out and get back to doing your homework. Get the cry out, shake it off, and get back out there in the yard and finish congrats. But get the cry out. That's nice. But after the cry, you ain't gonna sit around and cry all day.
Well, it's funny. I do a joke about that. Like with a black woman, you got one cry, brothers. You better use it for something valuable, not because the Falcons lost or the Nets lost or something. You better use it for some value. So the first time she let you cry.
Yeah.
The next time, use a bitch.
Man, my grandfather
bitch ass motherfucker crying again.
My grandfather died. I'll never forget. My little sister came. My baby sister LaShonda came to me, and she said she put her hands on my back. I was crying. She said, "Well, go ahead and get it out, cause tomorrow you're the leader of this family, and we don't need that no more."
Oh, yeah.
So it was like get that shit out, cause tomorrow you
it's your
lead
turn.
this family, and we ain't got time for no man to be crying all the time. So,
is it okay for a man to be emotional?
I didn't say you couldn't be emotional, but you still the man. You still got to lead. You
Right.
You can't lead. You can't lead the whole way crying.
So cry in the dark and then come out.
No, you can cry in the light. Just get the cry out, nigga. Then you got to get back to leading. Yeah. Get the cry out. Yeah, you gonna cry. Jesus wept, but he did a lot more working than weeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You can't cry every time.
Right. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah. A lot of time. Right. Okay. Because as a black community, the black man is supposed to be strong and tough and all that.
And you are. And you have the right to cry. You're passionate about things. You deserve to be passionate. You deserve to have. But you can't. Your woman needs a leader. Your children need a leader. So after the cry, let's get the lead.
Let me ask you this. You don't have to answer this.
And you can't whine, though.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, the whining.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you don't have to answer this, but I fight for this situation here. Now, you might want to tell me, we can move on. I'm cool with this. I'm an artist. I'm a true artist.
Yeah.
I really mean that. I live as an artist. I hadn't had a day job since
I see that. I believe.
You see what I'm saying? You see how I roll, how we do.
Fly,
well, that's what I do. I'm from D.C. We get fly like that. But as an artist, I should be allowed to do what I want with my art.
You do, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Without having to deal with bullshit because...
Well, no one ever said that. No one said you don't have to deal with bullshit. You can do what you want to with your art.
Okay, here's the question then. As an artist, I see a lot of great comedians who wore dresses.
Yeah.
And I see how black people say that's ripping down the black community. But at the same token, they'll run and watch Power, people shooting, talking about drugs, killing, all that other kind of stuff. Why is that acceptable? Like, no problem with that. I support the killing of the black man and the shooting and the pimping and the hoeing and all that. But if a black man wear a dress in a movie or sitcom, I can't have it. It's going to ruin the whole black nation. What?
I grew up with two gay uncles. They didn't wear dresses, but again, everybody in my world was black. I remember my grandfather, when I went to Washington High School. So there's a famous gay club called the Marquette. I think it's called the Marquette. My mama went to this club with her gay friends. My daughter goes to this club. But I remember my grandfather said, "Hey, when you go to Washington over there, at the end of school, you just need to take your butt straight to the train station and get on home. And don't be around there messing with the men that's dressed up as women, because they'll cut and kill your ass."
Right, sure.
So I never looked at it like they were weak, frail. they were men, you know, and
they
they
were
were
there, yeah.
they were in
Kick your
dresses,
ass,
and the men that picked them up liked men in dresses, but them niggas would cut you from your ear to your asshole. So I had a firm respect for the fact that I'm still dealing with someone that can defend themselves, someone that's street savvy, because it was a prostitution strip essentially around that area. So leaving school, you'd see, you know, you'd see this. So my thing is, I remember asking my grandparents, like, what was it like? Was gay people around y'all? My grandparents say, nigga, didn't we watch Little Richard? So, and I'm looking at him like he just said something surprising. He say, we knew what Little Richard was. Say, the boy could sing. He could play a piano. So a lot of the stuff we make a big deal about, our grandparents didn't make a big deal about because they'd already seen it in some form or inclination. So it doesn't bother me. But if a black man doesn't want to wear a dress, he shouldn't be forced to.
I believe that.
So if Flip Wilson wears a dress, that shit funny as hell, Flip Wilson in a dress, right?
Sure.
But if Dave Chappelle says, why is this dress in my trailer?
Sure.
That dress shouldn't be in this trailer because he's already said I don't want so.
Right.
But if you wear the dress and you get joned about the dress, you can't get mad you get joned about the dress. You know what I mean?
Is one thing, but to be criticized to the point of like, you know,
that comes with it, man. That comes with it too. You know that.
Now all of a sudden he's a bitch ass nigga. He a homosexual because he got a dress
I'm not
on. Like,
saying,
hold
I'm
up,
not.
man.
I'm saying maybe you're paying too much attention to your comments because you knew when you put the dress on that was on the other side. Everybody knew when you put the dress on. You knew what niggas in the barbershop was gonna say.
I never wore a dress. I never wore a dress.
You can't.
But I'll fight for the rights of those who want to wear one.
Wear a dress. I can remember, man. It was my sister's prom dress. I think like her little 6th or 7th grade prom. My sister was chubby, and my grandmother had to hem the dress, and she had a huge picture window. And she said, "Come here, boy." And I said, "No, I'm not gonna do that." She said, "She said, bring your butt here." So I'm standing in the picture window with my arms up, and my little sister dress on, and my grandma hemming it, and all my homeboys walking by.
Oh no, sir.
It was one of the funniest days of my life, but it was for my baby sister. I'm gonna do that for my. That's my baby, man. Love it. That's my baby. My baby more known on the west side than I am. She's a hairstylist on this, but it's one of the funniest moments of my young life. But I don't feel another way. I did what my grandma told me so she could hem my sister's dress. So I don't have a problem with it. But if you do, don't do it.
Right.
That,
Sure.
It's just,
I agree with that.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
So, you know, for me, to each his own. But I just want to say, the same people that criticizing you, they still gonna show up to that white man's job in the morning.
Ooh, watch your mouth now.
They're gonna clock in on time.
Come on now, stop.
They ain't gonna give them no problems. They're gonna keep they what's the name hid so that they come. You know, they what's the name be private. So, you know, all of us, it's just your proximity to the house. Oh. You know, when you say when you call me a house nigga, you act like you ain't on the plantation too.
Right.
And plantations didn't have fences.
Right.
Wasn't no walls, wasn't no 10-foot walls keeping niggas on the plantation.
Right.
Everybody to some degree was there when Harriet came, and everybody didn't leave.
If you like that clip, hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. In fact, why don't you hit both of them?